Knut Kolberg, hva kan du si om det stedet vi sitter nå?
Vel, det er jo kan du si, mye historie. Vi sitter jo i en møkkakjeller, så jeg vil si, her har det gått mye god mat gjennom det lokalet her sånn. Så, vi kjenner jo det nå at det er en spesiell atmosfære her også før konserten. Alle de som har vært her og har gjort sånne små konserter, så har de blitt overbegeistret over lokalitetene. Det er helt unikt. Så,
det ser jo egentlig ut som et brukbart øvingslokale.
Ja, det
mer enn et konsertsted egentlig.
Ja, vel, det spørs hvordan det ser. Jeg brukte det også som sveiseverksted, så det kan brukes til det meste.
Hva er det maskinen som står bak her, den gamle der? Med full av støv?
Vedkapp.
Det er vedkapper,
ja.
Den gamle den, eller?
Nei, den er fra 30 kanskje, 1930 noen. Så det er, her har vi har ikke noe spesielt interiør her, sånn, det skal bare være rått. Så
du har noen malingsspann stående her borte?
Ja, dette er jo lagret, kan du si, varmtlagret mitt når jeg er på gården. Så vi kjørte ut møkka, og så hadde vi et sted og så kunne det med sveising og sånne ting på vinterstid. Så det er ikke bare for konserter vi bruker det.
Hvor lenge er det siden godsakene kom inn her da? Fra grisene, mener du?
Ja, det er i 84 kom det siste. Så det har stått opp noen år nå da. Men hvis det blir litt sånn fuktig i været, så kan du kjenne en liten eim, men det er bare med på å gjøre liksom bildet komplett.
Og selve gården og bygningen, hvor gammel er den?
Den er fra 23, da brant gamle låven, og alle dyra gikk med. Og så ble den da satt opp igjen i 23, så den er ikke så veldig gammel da, men vi tok i bruk fjøset her for en del år siden, og så plutselig så manglet vi et konsertlokale, og da fant vi at vi hadde jo det rett under oss. Så det stod bare klart det.
Og nå driver de og stemmer litt gitarer her, og det har vært litt lydsjekk her, og det er en stund til konserten skal begynne da, men gutta og jenta holder på i bakgrunnen. Det er altså betongtak, betongvegger og betonggulv, og så er det jernbjelker i taket, og over dette taket så er jo selve grisebingen da.
Ja, det er folk som sitter oppe og spiser før konserten, så nå sitter de og røkter griseknokk her i kveld. Så det er
ganske spesielt der oppe også. Du har de gamle bingene er jo der, som sitter jo inne i bingen og spiser.
Ja, det var det vi ønsket, kan du si, at du skulle liksom på en måte gjenoppleve liksom det gamle, så her ønsker vi ikke å ta vekk noe av det. Vi bruker heller det og forsterker det vi gjør. Og jeg merket på musikerne også når de kom i dag, liksom, det var ikke noe sånn, nei fy fader, det var sånn helt og liksom bra. Og jeg merket på folk som har vært der før også, at de gleder seg liksom å kunne opptre på et sånt sted faktisk. For det er ikke alle som får lov til.
Og hvordan har du klart å få turnéåpningen med disse hit?
Ja, det er litt med kan du si, samarbeidet som Dagfinn har hatt med Jonas Fjell tidligere, pluss at Asbjørnsen har hatt god kontakt med Jonas Fjell. Så det er liksom den kombinasjonen der. Og så forstod jeg også at Jonas Fjell ville gjerne gjøre noe spesielt han også. Så han har også gledet seg til å komme hit. Så vi håper at det kan liksom spre seg, og at det kanskje flere finner ut at det kan være et bra sted.
Hvordan er det for deg da, å ha akkurat disse her?
Det er, jeg tror at jeg prøver...
Det er mye historie i dette, ikke bare i lokalet her, men i musikken og i artistene. Det trekker trådene langt tilbake i tid.
Jeg tror altså at jeg kommer ikke til å forstå dette her før etter noen dager, tror jeg. Men jeg har inntrykk, og jeg prøver å si til folk som kommer nå, at vær oppmerksom på at det som kommer til å skje nå i kveld, vi kommer aldri til å oppleve en gang til. Det er her og nå, akkurat som mange andre store begivenheter. Så...
Blir du litt rørt, eller?
Nei, jeg tenker ikke noe, nå bryr jeg meg ikke, eller jeg tenker ikke noe på det helt tatt, men jeg tror jeg kommer etterpå, så kommer jeg til å gå her inne og så høre på lyden som ligger i veggene etterpå. Så det blir litt spennende, tror jeg, stå her alene.
Du tror veggen fra alle konsertene her, de lagrer seg i veggene?
Ja. Dem er på plass nå, ja.
Sammen med lyden av grisemøkka som kommer?
Ja. Det kan godt hende det at hvis det går inn på toalett her mens konserten, så vil du høre det her. Ja, jeg føler at at de musikerne også synes dette her er spennende, altså. For ingenting stemmer, liksom. Ikke er det plass til mennesker her, og ikke er det plass til musikere, så... Ja, jeg tror det blir rått. Absolutt. Og Ja, du ser liksom her også, vi sitter nå på tribunen, så vi sitter jo, og sier til folk, vi kommer til å sitte her midt inne i musikken, så jeg gleder meg, altså det, og jeg snakket med folk også, de virkelig gleder seg, for dette her er noe annerledes.
Stopper vi der, vi?
Ja, det kan vi jo.
Ja. Altså, vi bør ikke stoppe praten, men stopper
nei.
legevekt.
Nei, men du, altså, det har vel noe at man blir eldre også, tror jeg, for at jeg kan si, at når du var yngre, så du bare fremover liksom og sånt, men nå merker jeg meg selv at jeg tenker over de tingene som skjer, at dette her er historie, altså. Altså, hadde bestefaren min opplevd dette her sånn, så jeg er sikker på at han hadde gått bak låsen og skytet seg. Jo, så sterkt tror jeg det her, altså. Utrolig ting, altså, det jeg har gjort nå i siste året, for eksempel, hadde jeg gjort det for 10 år siden, og det ble satt inn.
Hva tenker du på da?
Ja, jeg tenker på det med også, men jeg kan si det aktiviteten jeg gjør oppe i fjøs her, for eksempel.
Jeg tenker på at du gjør det, altså at du gjør litt annerledes.
Ja. Og nå er det liksom veldig positivt borti kommunen. Jeg har jo det scenen i skauen her også.
Det er så barstad oppe her, så at ikke han
jo. Og det synes jeg er veldig positivt. Også folk her i kommunen er veldig positive til dette her. Sånn. Selv om ting tar tid, så er det koselig å se, eller like bra å se at kommunen også liksom, må gjøre sånne ting. Liksom, det er like viktig som, for jeg sier til noen ny papirfabrikk eller cellulosefabrikk kommer aldri igjen. Så det...
Nå blir de lokale kultur...
Ja, Viskum er her.
Jeg så det. Spennende,
ja.
Og så jeg snakket med han Erling Kløverød. Kjenner du han?
Ja.
Jeg har jo startet noen studiogreier nede her.
Ja, på Fredfoss, ja.
Ja, ok.
Ja, kjempe der. Hvis du ser oppe i fjøset, så står det et trommesett der, som faren min brukte. Ja. Og det skal han Øyvind få lov til å bruke, for han var så interessert i det.
Ja. Yeah. Do you want to get something for you? You're bleeding, you know. Should I go and get something for you? Oh, he's talking.
Garth, they had Garth.
When you have been touring in Norway, before with Jonas, you have had Rick Danko with you. What can you say about this tour? It's kind of special, isn't it?
You mean about this tour?
This tour, yes. It's a kind of special tour.
Well, it's just that we're dealing with Rick's spirit and not Rick. He's not, we don't have Rick anymore, so. But Sari is a perfect one to do it. I mean, she's known Rick knew her since she was like 1 year old, and Sari did a lot of singing with Rick when he toured in California. And he would bring her up on stage, and she wouldn't even know the songs when she was kind of young, and he'd like whisper the words to her, and she'd sing. So she would be singing harmony to Rick, who's one of the best harmony singers in the world. So between that and the feel of her feeling for the material, and she's a songwriter herself and a harmony singer. She's worked with me on stuff and worked with Jonas too on his stuff, record. It was just, we figured, well, okay, we could do the shows with just 2 people. But I said, Jonas, well, what do you think? Should we get a third part, just to get the harmony thing? So we talked about it, and so we thought, oh, maybe Sari could do it. So she came over. And Garth kind of rounded it out because we worked with him. So it's kind of a family, it's kind of all in the family kind of thing. But that's how it was before anyway, it was kind of a family show feeling, between the 3 of us. And of course Garth, it was just a special feeling. It's an unusual group. It's not your normal kind of group, because he works solo, Jonas does, and Rick had solo things, and Sari's doing her things, and I do my things solo. But so it's a real special thing. It has to do with harmony and certain kinds of songs. And so we, it's kind of a project dear to all our hearts, I think, and we all love harmony. So I guess it's trying to keep the spirit going.
How do you feel about playing in such a place? We're in the farm, far out in the countryside, in the cell, in basement.
I think it's great. I mean, it's like playing in a loft in New York or something. If the loft looked like a farm.
So the recording tonight is going to be some basement tape.
This
Some
is
sort of.
definitely going to be a basement tape. I mean, I think that's where they threw they throw the manure in there, man. I think that's where they're shoveling all the hay and the manure and so.
I have to ask Garth Hudson about that, the basement tape thing.
I think he got excited when he walked in. He really got excited. He said, wow, this feels comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a basement in the barn tape. Great. I mean, that's
So if the recording is
Nice
good, you
place
can
to
call
start.
it. You can call it that. The new
Basement in the
tape.
barn.
Basement tape. Ento. Garth Hudson, you have some experience from playing in basements. What do you think about this one?
This is a better basement. One of the better basements I've seen. It's a little large, but for a basement it is. But we've got a contractor saw in there, what you call a circular saw in Canada. And we have various other devices that helped in crafting the bleachers. We have bleachers in the basement.
So you are sort of satisfied?
Pardon me?
You are satisfied?
Yeah, this is great. A lot of people from I don't know where. There's a lot of people here. Not enough to fill the place, but I remember other venues where there haven't been great lineups and not as many ticket sales.
The number of people isn't perhaps the most important always. I don't know.
No, there doesn't have to be anybody in the audience, just a couple other musicians and we'll do fine.
And you are used to play in the countryside, aren't you? You have played in the countryside sometimes before.
Yes, I go out in the woods and play my saxophone. And I live in a remote area. It bothers the dogs down the road. But that's all. I haven't got any complaints. I don't have any complaints.
So how do you feel about traveling around Norway in this sort of little bus over there? Is that going to be a nice experience, do you think?
The bus is great. I think the weather is a little hot. I don't like it hot.
It's a little hot.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a hot May in Norway, but aren't you used to warm weather?
Yeah, we have warm weather where I'm from, but I'm originally from Canada, and so I like the snow. I like to make snowmen and make snow forts, and throw snowballs around and get lost in the woods,
You could experience that here as well if you just stop the bus on the way, and there are probably some snowy areas on the way. Just have to think about that.
Well, I saw a ski slope there in Drummond.
So what do you think about touring with Jonas Fjell and Erik Andersen and his daughter, and Erik Tanko used to be the one touring in some years ago, and now it's you.
Well, I certainly can't sing. I don't sing yet. I'm working on it, though. And Rick is missed by everyone all over the world. It was a great loss. And but it's nice to be with his friends here.
From what I've understood, you're sort of doing this in his spirit.
I could never fill his shoes or do it in his spirit. I just do what I do.
I think I was thinking about the whole, the whole concept, the whole tour, the whole band is in his spirit.
Yes, I know what you mean. Mm-hmm.
So have you brought your own piano with you, or are you borrowing one?
I'm borrowing Jonas's piano. It's a Roland piano. It's real good. And we have another little synthesizer or two to add sounds. And I bought an accordion and a couple saxophones.
So you haven't brought anything with you except yourself?
Accordion, 3 saxophones, and myself. That's right. Very little clothes. I bought a shirt here in Drummond the other day, and it was nice to get into the grocery store here and see the logos and the graphics. Where my wife and I are doing an album cover, which is called a CD now, I think. And she's doing all the designing, and that will be released. That's my first solo album to be released in the summer. It's called The Sea to the North.
We'll just have to hope that many people in Norway will buy it as well. Is it going to be for sale in Norway?
Yes, yeah.
You have, I know you have passed 60 years some years ago, and you played for a lot of years. What's your, how do you feel about, doing concerts still after all those years? You have to play still?
Oh yeah, I don't mind it at all. Some of the logistics that become priorities are difficult, getting on the plane in time, packing in time. But that's always been a problem, and I would like to go with no equipment, but I have to carry around various toys. People seem to like them. But the getting packed, okay, the art of departure, the science of leaving. There's the science of departure and the art of leaving to go to the gig. I mean, that's, takes a great part of your life in getting ready to go and play. So I've always thought that way.
But then there is the playing itself.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's right. So we, as part of the science of leaving, or the art of getting ready, most musicians rehearse. They don't rehearse, they practice. So I do that too. And doing this album, this CD, is like starting out all over again, as if I was a kid. I wish I knew what I know now about agility and what is sometimes referred to as Sloyd, S-L-O-I-D. Oh, that's all right. We could get that young girl in here. Just have her come over here and sit by me here.
What
were we talking about?
I almost forgot. I was talking about the playing itself, but
the playing. The plane. It was difficult on the plane. I couldn't play on the plane. So I slept a lot on the plane coming over. Seats are smaller. There are more people. There are more kids crying. And more kids squealing like birds, you know. It was an amazing adventure, and sure enough, I forgot to bring my mini DAT recorder, so I couldn't sample it, you know. And all you hip keyboard players know what I'm talking about.
So you work with samplings?
Yes.
What kind of sounds do you sample then, except from kids crying?
I have a church bell from an old church at Shifton-on-Cherwell near Oxford in England. And I also have recorded there at the Manor. This is a recording studio. The Manor. The drain, when you drain the bathtub, it comes out through a pipe down the outside wall of this castle and into a... Oh, somebody spilled beer on the cat. Oh, Lord.
Oh, you
The
threw
cat didn't even move.
my beer. Shit.
Oh, we can edit that out.
Nei, du går bare inn i bak der. Inn i garderoben.
Here, kitty, kitty, kitty,
Det var ikke meningen å være sånn, ja.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Well, that cat didn't even run away.
You said you rehearsed, so do you still rehearse a lot?
Yes, more now, more. It's not rehearsal. Rehearsal usually means working with others, you know, but so what I do is practice or work out, because it is an athletic event to make the fingers and the jaw and the lungs and all that work to advantage. And so sure, I admit it, I work on my left hand. Yeah.
I talked to some people here some minutes ago, and you know, they said that just the thought of you being here, you know, playing in this place and thinking about the history back in time and all the things you've done and the band and Dylan and all that stuff.
Where'd that young girl go?
I don't know, but that made them, that touched them.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It really touched
the
them. You know.
history.
Yeah, the history, you know, the people can't sort of let that go. It's. Do you think a lot about that, about the history?
Yeah, I've had to think about the history, and the history that interests me is high school. I went back home to London, Ontario, in Canada, to the 50s reunion last year, and a lot of unexpected meetings there. I met with people that remembered me, and for some reason I remember almost everyone's name in the, you know, and the teachers, I remember their name. There are a couple I've forgotten, but I was fortunate to have really good teachers.
Do you listen to old records, things you've done?
Yes, I tape certain radio shows, you know, that play older records. I listen to the arrangements and the sounds and the feeling from all throughout the history of recorded music.
But do you also listen to the things you have done and the band has done, you know, through the years?
Not that often, no. No, I don't.
So what's your feeling about that sort of legend thing, you know, the band thing and the Dylan thing and all that? A lot of people are very thinking a lot about that, you know, when they hear your name and when they hear the band name. Is that important for you, or is it just the music?
No, it is important. I hope that I'll be able to maintain that tradition, you know, and be able to perform with skill and hopefully more skill than I did in the past, you know. So it's like I said before, it's like starting out all over again. I'm a kid.
I'm not going to bother you anymore because you're going to play in not so long time, so thank you for your time.
Well, maybe you got something there. I can edit out things. Where the girl said, oh no, where she said that.
Gjort av kamera?
Det er radio det her.
Holder om det står på en stol? Ja, det er det. Next time I see you is my birthday. Okay, sir. I started.
Børge? Hei. Jan Henrik Kolberg, NRK. Hva skal du jobbe for da?
Ja, god dag.
Har du tid til 2 minutter før dere begynner, eller? Ja. Jeg lager en sånn reportasje for Musikkrevyen, skjønner du, på P1. Så jeg kjente deg nesten ikke igjen, for du var blitt litt tynnere enn tidligere.
Ja.
Halvard T. Bjørgum, plutselig dukket du opp her. Hvordan har det seg?
Nei, jeg fikk en telefon og så dette er gamle helter som jeg trefte tilbake i 95 i Angard og i Woodstock. Og Erik trefte jeg her i landet for 10 år siden.
Og du spilte jo på den første platen som Jonas Fjell og Riktank og Erik Andersen laget.
Ja, på begge to.
På begge to, ja.
Ja. Så det er godt å få hardingfela fram i et annet relief.
Hvordan fant du fram til denne gården langt ut på bondelandet her da, jeg ikke?
Nei, det er Jonas som har ringt meg. Så han ba meg komme, og de var glad for det.
Så nå har du med deg fella di.
Ja, absolutt.
Vet du hva du skal spille da?
Nei, men det vil vel vise seg.
Ja, har du spilt i mange kjellerlokaler som dette før?
Ja, men ikke i en møkkakjeller. Men denne ser nå veldig bra ut. Og det lukter bare godsaker også her.
Så dette går bra?
Det vil helst gå bra, og særlig hvis jeg er med karer som jeg har framfor dere her. Og datter til Erik, hun er jeg veldig spent på, for hun har jeg ikke møtt før.
Er det mye rare lyder han Lars Tødsen driver og henter fram i bakgrunnen her?
Ja.
Det er ikke sånn han er åpen for det meste?
Han vet du, har vært med i så mange år at han kjenner alle de trykk som finnes.
Det er artig å se hvordan de jobber.
Ja.
Du kan snike deg inn her, du har lite donasjon midt på, setter jeg bare på mikrofonen.
Da skal ikke jeg si noe, dere får bare drømme dere bort. Jeg tror de får en stor opplevelse. Jeg tror det blir ikke opp til hver enkelt. Så da er vi klare. Det er ikke dårlig å ha. Det heter rock, karer!
Har du litt Mondegrove-bandsangene? Velkommen skal det være. Dette er veldig spesielt, og jævla tøft å være i dette er
Møkkakjelleren.
drittøft. Men jeg håper dere har god tid. Altså, de har ikke noe annet å gjøre i kveld enn også her å spille. Så det er mulig at vi holder på en stund. Men altså, kvelden vil inneholde mye. Det vil inneholde mye følsomme låter som krever at dere hører etter. Og gjør det. Nyt et glass med Kolberg øl og kanskje ikke len dere tilbake, men og len dere heller ikke forover. Men se fint, og hvis det blir helt for jævlig, hvis det nå pisser, så går det ut og pisser. Alright, så skal jeg så begynner jeg. Denne turen her ble til med altså plateselskapet BMG, som dette. De bestemte seg her i slutten av mars for å utgi vent, det møkka rett nede. Alright, da blir vi prøver igjen. BMG bestemte seg i mars for å utgi en plate som vi gjorde med trioen, som vi hadde med Rick Danko og Erik Andersen. Og sammen med den CD-plata, som for øvrig er til salgs her i kveld, for det som vil ha en flott CD ut på turen her, så er det også da en dobbelt-CD med et liveopptak som vi gjorde på Molde-festivalen 1991. Og i forbindelse med det så snakket jeg mye med Erik Andersen. Vi burde kanskje gjøre noen jobber for å markere at den plata er tilbake på markedet igjen. Og så kom vi inn på tanken om at kanskje spørre Gard, for han hadde vi spilt sammen i Japan når vi var der på turné i 1997. Og Gard synes det var suverent å komme til Norge. Han er usedvanlig fornøyd med å komme til Norge. Og spesielt likte dette stedet her. En annen historie er at jeg og Rick Danko og Erik Andersen hadde planer om å lage en ny plate nå
It's pretty amazing to be here. When I was a lot younger, I used to hang out with the original trio, Danko, Field, Anderson, and I used to, I'd be getting their waters. Occasionally they'd ask me up to sing, but Danko, I've known him since I was a baby, and he would always call me up to sing with him. So this is a beautiful honor to be here. So. I feel his spirit, I've been listening to his harmonies, and I just feel his arm right around me. Drunk stop man is skipping town long past sunset, and the joker spins around 2 more days. The dance on me with daylight before my coffee buzz wears off, and you make it count. Hey, take a load off of my back for a while. Carry me to the river, carry me with a smile. I'll lay my head on your lap, and I'll sing you my song. If you carry me to the river where you can lay me down. Yeah, one more time. You came back round looking for something lost, and I came just to slow this whole world down. When life can make you crazy, make you sad, like a message in a bottle that never gets found. So take a load off of my back for a while. Carry me to the river, carry me with a smile. I'll lay my head on your lap, and I'll sing you my song. Yeah, carry me to the river where you can feeling down all over these back streets. Say you lost something that you wanna find soon, but you don't know where you lost it. Say you wanna find, say you wanna go, say you wanna come back with something known. Youth sells but time tells, what if it really lasts? So take the load off of my back for a while. Carry me to the river, carry me with a smile. I'll lay my head on your lap and I'll sing you my song. If you carry me to the river where you can lay me down. Yeah, one more time. Ooh. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, 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 yeah. So take a load off. Was one of the great inspirations for me to start writing, which, actually happened about a couple of years ago. And I used to go out with them, and he used to call me up for songs like It Makes No Difference. And I wouldn't even know the words, I wouldn't even know when or if he would call me up. And he used to whisper them into my ear right as I was about to sing them. So he had a beautiful spirit, and he was very generous. And it really was about the spirit, not as much how long you've been doing it or any of that. So I'm very grateful for him, because I would not be here right now for more reasons than one. So I'm actually going to play one more song. I wrote this song last year, and I took a trip to India 10 years ago, and I was there when Rajiv Gandhi was assassinated, and it was just incredible. A lot of fighting, and you think about the world and how many wars are started over, because people have different ideas of who God is, different religions.
Try to get back on my feet, blowing like dust on the prairie, trying to get to that Mr. Mary's back home with the children. She waits by the door every day. Some morning she thinks it's a factory, and prays that God just blow away. Mary, I'm tired of this traveling, I'm tired of being alone. 'Cause in just a few days I'll be making my way. I've been married, I'm coming back home. These hotels are cheap and they're dirt. The walls feel like my inside. In the noise and the dirt of the city, I will just lay on your side. I go down for a black cup of cup. The waitress looks tired but kind. I keep looking for a life in these faces, but all keeps saying alright. Mary, I'm tired of this traveling, I'm tired of being alone. It's just a few days I've been making my way. I've been married, coming back home. back where it came from. They could lay me right here in the ground. Well, the miles get me closer and closer. Soon I see some familiar sight. I can already hear all the voices. Mary, please put on the light. Mary, I'm tired of this traveling. I'm tired of being alone. Is it just a few days I'll be making my way? I think Mary, I'm coming back home. I think Mary, I'm coming back home.
One more here, I do. I quit while I can.
Ok, mine damer og herrer. Allerede nå kan jeg si at vi er en usedvanlig god form.
Trouble is, jeg snakker ikke norsk. I can't understand any of these funny things he says. I'm gonna have to ask him later.
Jonas, da må det likne, så blir du formet.
Jeg hadde blitt en suveren av det.
Maybe I'm lonesome. Here I ain't going anywhere. Couldn't just show some of the love that we shared, like you did when I used to care. Stayed a bit others and made you feel better than me. But I'd rather lose you than lose you feel for me. Baby, I'm lonesome. Here I ain't going anywhere. Couldn't you show some of the love that we shared, like you did when I used to care?
Don't be mad, or sad, I'm just blue. When you turn away, it's so hard to say I love you.
Baby, I'm lonesome. Here I ain't going anywhere. Couldn't you show some of the love that we shared, like you did when you used to care? Stay for a while, you'd rather be free than be mine. Just when I turn to stone like a mountain, if I could just get you out of my mind. Baby, I'm lonesome. Here I ain't going anywhere. Couldn't you show some of the love that we shared, like you did when I knew you still cared, like you did when I knew you still cared. Fram til jeg skal ta en låt her som den har en historie, den forandret mitt liv. Den forandret min, altså før 1989 så hadde jeg et usedvanlig betent forhold til kreditkassen i Drammen.
Det var det ene røde brevet etter det andre. Sedvanlig fæle brev. Og trussel om det ene og det andre. Men fra 1990 så kom plata Svært nok for meg, og en sang som heter Engler i snø. Og siden har mitt forhold til Kreditkassen vært usedvanlig godt. Og det er så godt nå at altså når jeg kommer inn på Kreditkassen så til jul så får jeg tørre kaker og det. Men hør her nå, vi gjorde også en versjon av Engler i snøen på den første trioplata. Da ble den helt med Angels in the Snow. Det er en duett med meg og Eric Anderson. Engler i snøen sin egen sang. Knapt alle som spås synger gjennom soloppgang. Jeg stod i skyggen i regn og vind. Jeg var en fremmed til du åpnet deg og lot meg inn. I was a child of angels in the snow, singing in silhouettes in the dark sunny night. The song has no words at all, just let me in. As you can hear it now, the only change it to the wind. So hold me, stay with me and be here. Lie with me till morning is breaking. Love from a friend. And let me feel the part of you now. Hear your body singing while heaven is breaking apart again. Engler i snøen sitt eget liv. De synger om vinteren når våren kommer, visner de. Engler i snøen har sin egen sang. De synger av alt som lever her og nå, tar slutt en gang. Steps and shadows go and sleep by. How can they see me now? Their light is in their eyes. Angels out in the snow, there's no sleep. They know when springtime comes, the disappear out of trees. Stay with me and be here. Lie with me till morning is breaking. Love from a friend. And let me feel the part of you now. Hear your body singing while heaven is breaking apart again. When the birdies sing and again, angels in the
welcome home again.
So in honor of our old friend, I gotta do something with this song.
Yes.
Everybody feeling all right?
Yeah!
Woo! Still feeling things?
Yeah!
Right, man. Happy New Year.
Blackbird!
So, you're welcome to join us in singing. Woo! Me! Papa!
Come on!
Another one out there?
Over by the wild world, hot summer night, we lay in the tall grass till the morning light comes shining. If I had a way, I'd never get the urge to roll. 'Cause sometimes I serve my country, sometimes I stay at home. Don't put me in a frame upon your mantle. Memories go dusty away. Don't leave me alone in the twilight. Twilight is the loneliest time. Never give a second thought, no, never cross my mind. What's right and what's not, I'm not the judging kind. I can take your darkness, so storms from your sky. So you'll have certain trials for the open side. Give me no distant salutation. This souvenir from far away. Don't leave me alone in the twilight. Twilight is the loneliest time of day. Oh,
ordentlig, mine damer og herrer. Vi fikk besøk her fra Setesdal, helt overraskende. Det var ikke planlagt, men han kom fra Oslo. Han kom som en juleblom. Han kom som en engelsang. Og han kom som en juleblom. Han kom som en engelsang. Mine damer, Halvard T. Bjørgum! Halvard har vært med på begge de to CD-ene jeg har spilt inn, på den første og den andre. Så Halvard har spilt en viktig rolle på begge de to platene jeg ga ut med Trio Danko og Fred Andersen. Her er Halvard Bjørgum. Jeg
er glad for å få være med dette instrumentet som er... Jeg var et kvinnenavn, den fela heter Svanhild. Flott navn. Og jeg kommer ihåg da det risler og rønner her. Vi har en konsert i lag, Rick og jeg, en plass som heter Montauk på Long Island i New York. Og da begynte det en lekkasje av det. Det var en storm og uvær, så det var en lekkasje rett ned i forsterkeren. Alt lev seg ut, så det var ikke noe lyd i det hele. Så at vi måtte ta Rick gikk på helt akustisk. Og det var en fantastisk opplevelse. Nå skal jeg spille en slått som de kanskje har hørt. Ja.
gutter. Nå My father would shower for work every day. They lay sat in bed, read me stay, wondering how one man could sing and so low. Then my cousin brought money from worlds far away, with cards and strings sounding names. And I searched like a sailor to find where they lay, promising myself I would go there one day. My grandfather gave me half a radio. It played foreign stations from crystals and gold, and just like it comes to appear, I knew I'd shine much bright in that new atmosphere. When morning comes to America, a mother awakens somewhere in the west. The child's content from her breast. The husband soon joins her and walks down the stairs, finding her ready to pull back her hair. When morning comes to America, when morning comes to America, when morning comes to America, when morning comes to America.
know, man, now I understand why Robbie Robertson was so frightened before he did the last waltz. He was so scared to sing after hearing Garth Hudson. I mean, all coming through. Man, that was great. That's the first time I ever heard you sing, Garth. This could be a historical evening here. Having Garth here, old friends Garth and Kolberg.
A man up to the river to wash his hands. He could go if he wanted to. It's just a boat to rub, you know. Listen to me good, river keep right on rolling. All along the shoreline, keep us safe from the deep and the dark. We don't want to stray too far. Walking down an old road. What he's thinking about, that I don't know. But right here, I bet the time was close to slow. He's just a dog, you know. Listen to me, beauty, right on rolling. All along the shoreline, keep us safe from the deep and the dark. Don't want to stray too far. Axe in his hand, leaving the crowds all around. Firewood stand, turn back in the white, the frost, the kid, and all over the listen to me, right on rolling.
Okej, mina damer och herrar. Bjørgen er bak her, han Men etter vår liste her, så har vi kommet frem til kveldens siste bidrag fra scenen.
Nei.
Som jeg var inne på tidligere, så har ikke vi noe annet å gjøre i kveld, men så det betyr at vi må ta noen sånne kunstneriske triks, at vi må bukke, og så må vi gå av scenen, og så kommer vi da på igjen.
Oh yeah. I just want to say one thing. I want to thank, from my heart of hearts, I want to thank Jonas Phil for bringing us over. It's great to get a chance to harmonize a little.
Funny, huh?
It is funny. It's good.
How many of you here have seen the original trio?
That makes 6 of us.
But you've heard the album.
Help us out here. Would you like to sing a little bit?
Let's go.